Hi, everybody. My name is Carolyn Youngman. I'm over at Grossmont High School, and this is my Schoology kind of page. I have lots of classes in here, but I've got them all labeled pretty clearly. In my photography classes, I have a Bitmoji classroom at the top, along with some really key buttons that we use a lot for class. So I have our Zoom. I have a link to Gmail with a pre-filled out email to me. We use Remind quite a bit with the codes in there. I have an equipment checkout form for students because as a photography class, students check out equipment from me. I have a late work form, which students fill out to tell me that they've turned in an assignment late. So I ask like what week it's from, the name, and why it was late. This is also what they use if they're resubmitting assignments. And I have some other editing platforms that we use a lot in class. So it's kind of some quick buttons for students to get to. I organize my class by week, and in each week we have a workshop and a project. So I have everything organized in folders. Let's see, week 5 is what we're currently on. So this is what each week looks like. I have announcements pinned at the top of each week with the students that it applies to, kind of pre-put in. So this is for my distance learning students, and then this one down here is for my in-person students. I have like other important things that they have to do kind of at the top. Again, only one student hasn't done my syllabus form in that class. Within the workshop, I have a couple of assignments that they have to complete before in-person class, and I have those kind of pinned at the top. I set my assignments up using the student completion. So they have to view each item in order before they can kind of move on to the next activity. I use those kind of announcements in here to kind of get students' attention on really, really important directions. I also, when I do big editing assignments and things like that, because when they turn things in photo-wise, it doesn't always look the best in Schoology. I also have them fill out a Google form that I embed in here so that they can kind of just scroll down. They turn in their link as well as turning it in to Schoology. So they turn in photo assignments twice. So there's their Google Drive link as well as putting it in this Google form down here. Let's see. So that's a standard workshop. Looks like this. At the end of the week, I go and I kind of get rid of that complete before class thing so it doesn't clog up my Infinite Campus portal. In my projects folder, I have kind of some assignments in here. Basically, it's like researching assignments. They have to do some basic research on their own, things like that. Every project's got an intro, and every workshop that I include like my little Bitmoji on and kind of the key learning points for each task. Each week we do a reflection. So let me find a reflection that's maybe a little bit fuller. Let's try the week 4 project reflection. So they have to include their best photo, and they have to answer some questions in complete sentences, and they have to comment on 2 posts from peers. So that works really well. So they say like, I like the contrast as well as subject matter or something along those lines. It kind of gets them engaging with each other's work a little bit more. And I go through and I grade them based on how many posts they have, as well as the quality of their posts. That's pretty much it. I have everything kind of set up with the grade book so that I can put in deadlines as well as those complete marks, so I can go in and see a student and how much of things they've completed. So I can go in as a student and see like she hasn't completed week 4 or week 2, but she's working on week 5, and I can go in and say that like she's completed all of these. She just needs to do the reflection or something along those lines. And that kind of helps me keep track of students and where they're at in my class. Digital arts for me is about the same. I have it basically the same. There's a couple differences in what buttons we use just because that class is a little bit different, but everything's basically the same as far as the organization. I also have a check-in attendance that they have to complete each week that looks something like this. They do a Google form about what their class they're in, how they're feeling that week, which gives me a little bit of their social emotional, anything to tell me, which I have students tell me all sorts of things, happy, sad, kind of everything in between. Sometimes they just have nothing to say, which is fine. How they did last week, how they feel about assignments, questions about assignments, which I check each week. This last week was the progress report, so I had them kind of do their progress report goals and then what changes do they hope to kind of achieve to help increase grades a little bit. But that's pretty much my Schoology page. If you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out. Again, my name is Carolyn Youngman, and my last name is spelled Jungman. I'm over at Grossmont. And yeah, that's pretty much it.